Assalamu alaikum people, how's everyone? I hope everyone's fine. So, can you guess which place was it this time? So, we left from our home and it was a happy journey towards the Bangalore airport. We had our breakfast over there since we were hungry, and then we just had so much of time to pass, so we were just doing that, doing silly stuff. Then we took off from Bangalore and then we landed to our destination. We had a cute small little airport, and when we headed outside, we already had a cab waiting for us and they were helping us put our luggage in. Then we made our way to our first hotel and they served us the welcome drink, and this was our beautiful room. It was quite spacious. We freshened up and then we left for our first part of the journey, that was the Cellular Jail. Yes, it was a bit depressing reading all the freedom fighter stories. We saw their costumes, the way they were treated over there, the locks, the keys, and every cell told a story, a horrific story indeed, behind them. We read all the facts about the freedom fighters. We also saw a miniature of the jail. And then, yeah, we entered the jail. There was a kind of heaviness in the air because you know when you know that where people are tortured and people are killed, it's really eerie to visit that place. The cells that were used to keep the freedom fighters were really tight and really cramped up. We took pictures and we actually felt how the freedom fighters might have lived there all their lives. Well, almost all their lives. It was Angrezon ki zamane ki jail, and right outside the jail you could see all the heroes and their statues. And then from there we headed towards the Corwin's Cove beach. When we reached there, we were hungry, so we had our own Maggie, and then we left for our very first activity, which I must say we were all prepared for. We were a little bit nervous, but yes, it was really fun going parasailing, and yeah, the kids enjoyed it. And trust me, when you go to that height, it's just the ocean waves and silence. My son was lucky, he got to catch the sunset and he was really happy to watch that. He really enjoyed the silence. He was not ready to open his hands, but yeah, it was really good. Now it was my turn. I was a little bit nervous, but when the boat caught up the speed, I was soaring high into the sky. Subhanallah, it was really beautiful up there with no sound. I don't know what came to his mind, but this he did only to me. He brought me down to a level where I was almost about to touch the sea, and then he just took off. And I was like, hello, have you forgotten me? But yeah, we enjoyed the sunset while going back to the shore, and it was so peaceful in the Bay of Bengal. So you can call it a sea. And then we had a complimentary photo shoot over there. So I had taken a few pictures. We returned back to the Cellular Jail light and sound show, and in my words, it was amazing. The way they were using the lights and the sound on the walls of the Cellular Jail, it looked so real, like real. Then we headed back to the hotel and we were welcomed by a welcome cake. The next morning at 5 we were up. It was around 4:30 and we were already ready to go to our next island. It was our second stop and that was our Havelock Island. We got to see the sunrise and then we reached the cruise port and there was a long line for the luggage check-in. We prayed Uhur over there and then yeah, there was our ship. We got the economy class, but because I'm claustrophobic, so we had to go on the upper deck, and then I felt a bit relieved. We saw beautiful lighthouses and the scenery, the color of the sea, everything was really beautiful. Once we arrived over there, there was another cab waiting for us, and then this was our second hotel on Havelock Island. It was Virgin Beach Resort where we were welcomed with juice, and yeah, we were headed towards our next room. It was a decent room with a pretty much beautiful view of a swimming pool, a large swimming pool, I can say. And then we also had a beach exactly in front of the hotel. Then from there we headed to the Kala Pathar beach. and it is known for its scenic beauty. Pictures and videos don't do justice to it. Trust me, it was exactly like I was sitting in a painting. We saw these small little hermit crabs and they were very cute, and then we had time to click pictures over there. It was really, really very beautiful when I say that. The crabs family was gathered over there to have fun as well. So this is Kalapathar beach for you, like a painting. From there, through the lush green forests, sun gleaming through the trees, we headed to our next destination, which I think was the best part of the entire trip. We saw these small cute balls made by these hermit crabs on the entire beach. This was a lovely beach where you had a natural wave pool, and we were hit by 6 to 8 feet of waves again and again and again and again. We had a lot of fun over here, and the atmosphere really changed. It started raining, and then I took control of the waves. Just kidding, but it was awesome. From there we were hungry, and then we headed towards a small hotel over there, or a dhaba kind of. From there we had our dinner and left towards our hotel again. But before going to sleep, we still had time because everything closes over there really soon. So we took a dip in the warm swimming pool, and yeah, that's about it. The next morning we had to leave at 9, so I caught this beautiful sunrise, and then again through the narrow roads we left towards our next destination, Neil Island. We boarded the cruise ship, and then we were brought to another beautiful resort over there. The room was pretty much decent, and yeah, from there we rested a little bit and then headed towards the coral beach. Can you imagine, all this is not rock? It's all natural coral. We saw octopuses, we saw natural ponds, we saw a huge natural coral bridge. And can you imagine, by night time the water covers the entire place. From the natural coral bridge we headed towards the Bharatpur beach for our next set of activities. And yes, that was a glass boat. Almost. We could see zebra fishes, we could see a school of fish. We also saw some tiger fishes, and those were really cute. Then we headed towards the activity area, where the first activity was the banana boat. But since everything closes down soon, so this became our last activity. Then from there at night we headed back towards our resort, and this is how our resort looks like at night. From there it was time to leave back to Port Blair, and then we boarded the cruise ship again and took a few pictures, and then we were back to Port Blair. The next day we were free, so we went to a mega fair to buy something, and then we bought a lot of souvenirs, and then yeah, that was my airport look back to Bangalore. So we took off from Andaman, and it looked beautiful from up above over there. From Andaman to Chennai, and from Chennai to Bangalore. If you haven't guessed it by now, so here's where we went. So that's about it, and I'll see you in my next video.